Hey, everybody. Adam Davidson, RadCast. How are you? I'm fine. I'm joined by my producer, Zachary. He's off on the side. Hey, Zach.
Hi.
Hey. All right. So let's get right to it. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verses 6 through 10. Here we go. Goes a little something like this. Therefore, we are always confident and know that as long as we are at home in the body, we are away from the Lord. For we live by faith, not by sight. We are confident, I say, and would prefer to be away from the body and at home with the Lord. So we make it our goal to please Him, whether we are at home in the body or away from it. Do you notice how Paul keeps going back and forth, at home in the body or away from it, at home in the body or away from it? It's like it's the bookends of his whole conversation. So basically what he's doing is he's reminding us of this tension point that we all live in as followers of Jesus, in that we are now, as his followers, his disciples, like we feel most at home with Jesus. And it may not seem that way all the time, but that really is our home. But the place that we live now, even here in our body, in this physical life we have right now, isn't quite the way it's supposed to be, which is why we struggle, which is why we have a hard time here and there, which is why we feel out of sync, out of place. Paul is like, I totally get it. I feel way more at home with the Lord than I do here in the body. Yet here I am in the body, he says, back and forth and back and forth. So how does that affect how he lives? It's all in verse 10. Listen to this, and this may be challenging, just a bit. In fact, I kind of hope it is. It's challenging for me. This is 2 Corinthians 5:10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, so that each of us may receive what is due us for the things done while in the body, whether good or bad. Wait a second. I thought that it was just grace, grace, grace. And it is. Of course it is. Of course it's by the merits of Jesus that we have this relationship and we have salvation. However, Paul hits on something, and it's that while we're away from the Lord and struggling, instead of focusing on our struggles, we focus on how we might please the Lord, who we will see someday in the future and to which we will be held accountable. That's actually kind of scary, but in a good way, in an encouraging way. It reminds us that while we are away from the Lord, we have yet this great purpose of living and pleasing God in our lives. And so the question I'm asking myself today is, and not really asking myself, but really asking the Lord, Lord, how can I please you today? And so what if that was the step that we took every moment of today? Lord, how can I please you in this situation? Lord, how can I bring glory to your name? How can I just bring my best so that when that day comes, when that accountability moment is there, I demonstrated my salvation that you've given me. What a way to live. Are we okay, Zach?
Yep.
Okay, that's RadCast.